They came at dawn, not of Earth's day, but of its colony's orbit. The planet was called Halcyon, a jewel of sapphire oceans and emerald continents, home to 20 million souls, farmers, scholars, children running in gravity a little lighter than Earth's. A paradise that humanity had cultivated carefully, a world of peace meant to show the galaxy that humans could build, not only destroy. The invaders knew this, and they chose it deliberately. The Zur Dominion, ancient and arrogant, wanted a message written in blood. They did not come quietly. Their fleets darkened the sky with silver spines and razored hulls, shimmering with energy shields that crackled like lightning storms. The Zur broadcast openly on every frequency, demanding surrender. But surrender was not an option. When Halcyon's defenses rose, meager against the Dominion's armada, the Zur laughed across the channels. And then they unleashed their fire. Cities crumbled into molten scars. The orbital elevators snapped, raining steel and fire on those below. The Zur did not simply conquer, they indulged. They slowed their advance so they could watch humans scatter. They fired selectively to herd survivors into spectacles of despair. Ships filled with refugees were crippled, left adrift while Zur soldiers boarded to kill without need. The Zur fleet commander, Grand Lord Relak, transmitted his words across human space. Behold your weakness. Behold what it means to resist. You are prey, and we are the teeth of the stars. Remember Halcyon, for soon Earth itself will bow. They thought it was finished. They thought humanity would shatter. The Zur feasted in victory, their ships filled with trophies, shattered human flags, scorched soil samples taken from Halcyon's burned forests, and the bodies of resistance fighters displayed in crystalline stasis as if they were curiosities. They mocked Earth in their council chambers. Humans will not respond, one Zur governor sneered. They are too fractured, too soft. They have long lost the will for true war. Another added, they fear annihilation. This colony was a warning, and warnings are enough for prey. Grand Lord Relak drank deeply from a goblet of liquid fire, his spined form coiled on the dais. Fear is the currency of rule. Humanity will pay. They will bow before the Zur Dominion, or fade into ash. Laughter echoed across the chamber, distorted by alien throats. They celebrated too soon, because on Earth, across the silence of deep space, something older stirred. At first, the galaxy thought humanity's stillness was weakness. For weeks there were no retaliations, no declarations, only silence. But silence is not peace. Silence is the storm drawing breath. Deep beneath Earth's oceans, in shipyards hollowed from the rock of the moon, in black forges hidden within gas-giant moons, humanity remembered its fire. Earth's Council of Nations spoke only once, their transmission calm, cold, and without flourish. Halcyon will be avenged. Then came silence again. But in that silence, dreadnoughts rose. The galaxy had forgotten that humans build quietly, patiently, obsessively. For generations, Earth had signed treaties, agreed to limits, promised restraint. The Zur believed those promises. The rest of the galaxy believed those promises. But humanity had never stopped building. From behind the shroud of asteroid belts emerged fleets that blotted out the suns. Carriers 3 kilometers long. Destroyers with spinal cannons that glowed like captured dawn. Swarms of autonomous strike craft, silent as shadows. And behind them came the dreadnoughts. Titans. Black-hulled, angular, scarred with the history of Earth's wars. They bore names whispered from the old Earth tongue. Retribution. Nemesis. Leviathan. Silence of Stars. Each was a cathedral of war, bristling with rail cannons, particle lances, and warheads that could split continents. Humanity's silence had ended. The galaxy trembled as their signals flooded the stars. A single phrase repeated across every channel, carried in hundreds of languages, translated for every ear that might hear. We are coming. The Zur did not believe. They could not. Posturing, Relak scoffed when the first reports came of human fleets mobilizing. The prey growl before they run. It changes nothing. But when the Zur border outposts went dark, one, then another, then entire sectors swallowed into silence, their laughter faltered. Survivors spoke of human ships arriving without warning, dropping from slipspace like falling knives. They struck with precision, cutting supply lines, gutting shipyards, erasing Zur garrisons in minutes. Human soldiers, armored in black exosuits, moved like storms through Zur strongholds. They did not pause to conquer. They did not linger for trophies. They burned through everything with ruthless efficiency and then vanished back into the dark. And always, They broadcast a single warning before they struck. This is for Halcyon. Then the storm broke fully. At Zir Prime, where their fleets assembled to repel the advance, the humans arrived. It began with silence. The Zir command detected nothing. No warp signatures, no approach. Then the stars themselves shifted. A fleet of such scale emerged that Zir Prime's night sky went black. Thousands of vessels. Human ships in formation so precise it looked less like war and more like inevitability itself. The Zir opened fire. Planetary cannons, fleet volleys, energy lances that had shattered empires before humanity ever reached the stars. The humans did not flinch. Their dreadnoughts absorbed the first strikes, shields flaring like suns, and then humanity answered. Rail cannons fired with thunder that bent the void. Kinetic slugs, accelerated to fractions of light speed, tore through Zir ships as if they were paper. Entire formations disintegrated in seconds. Missile storms followed, warheads blooming into suns that consumed fleets wholesale. Zir Prime's orbit turned into fire and ruin. Then came the ground assault. Human dropships rained down like meteors. They struck Zir cities, fortresses, temples. Troopers in black armor marched through firestorms, faceless, voiceless, unstoppable. The Zir had wanted fear. Now they tasted it. The galaxy watched in horror and awe. For every world Zir had scarred, the humans answered tenfold. They did not simply crush armies. They erased the very memory of Zir dominance. World after world burned. Not conquered, not occupied, cleansed. The Zir begged for negotiations. Grand Lord Relak himself, once so arrogant, pleaded over open comms. Humanity! Enough! The lesson is taught! You have your vengeance. But Earth did not answer. Humanity had nothing left to say. Retribution was not negotiation. Retribution was an ending. And then, silence again. When it was over, the Zir Dominion was no more. Their fleets shattered, their worlds left in ruin. Survivors scattered into the void, whispering to any who would listen. Do not provoke Earth. Do not test their patience. Do not mistake their silence for weakness, because humanity's patience is vast. They will endure insult, endure cruelty, endure losses unimaginable. But when their fire rises, it is not tempered. It is infinite. The Zir had wanted fear. They had craved it, demanded it, fed upon it, and in the end, they found it. But not in humanity. It was the galaxy that now feared. For every star that flickered across the night sky carried a new truth, etched in fire and ruin. Never provoke Earth again.